Hello, this is Chef Makooch, and in this video we will learn about the fundamentals of sous vide cooking. Although this technique is not new, with recent advances in technology it has become more accessible and popular. Before we begin, it is important to note that there are some health hazards associated with sous vide, and a variance may need to be obtained from your local health department. Sous vide translates into under vacuum. Although vacuum sealing is synonymous with sous vide, it is not the defining feature of this technique. Rather, it is the precise control over the temperature throughout the cooking time which yields the greatest advantages. Throughout history, we find examples of cooking techniques that were used to isolate food from air, whether food was cooked and stored in its own fat, wrapped in leaves, or crusted in salt. The goal was the same: to protect food from burning and drying out. Although several techniques can be used for vacuum sealing, an advantage of using the vacuum chamber sealer is the infusion of marinades into the product instantaneously. Once sealed, the product will need to be handled following your approved HACCP plan. You are now ready to cook sous vide. I am cooking one duck breast at 135 degrees and the other at 160 degrees, both for 1 hour, using the direct cooking method. In this method, the product is trimmed, seasoned, vacuum packed, cooked, seared if necessary, and served immediately to the guest. Another method that can be used is known as the indirect cooking method, or cook-chill. Cook-chill operations will vary greatly depending on the system being used and your approved HACCP plan. Cook and chill operations will have an increased risk of hazards associated with pathogenic bacteria that can grow without oxygen. After 1 hour, remove the duck breast. Notice how the 135-degree duck breast appears to be raw, whereas the 160-degree duck breast has experienced increased shrinkage and moisture loss. A side-by-side comparison will reveal this difference in greater detail. After 1 hour, the internal temperature of the 135-degree duck breast is indeed 135 degrees, whereas the 160-degree duck breast has reached an internal temperature of 140 degrees. I will now sear each duck breast. A drawback to sous vide cooking, as in poaching, is that there is no Maillard browning reactions. This affects not only the appearance but also the flavor of the finished product. For this reason, an additional sear step is often added to finish your product. You will want to sear your duck breast very quickly on all sides, as not to overcook the duck in the searing process. Once seared, allow the duck to rest for a couple minutes before slicing into it. A cross-sectional cut through the duck that was cooked at 160 degrees for 1 hour for an internal temp of 140 degrees will reveal the perfectly cooked center. Next, a cross-sectional cut through the duck cooked at 135 degrees for 1 hour with an internal temperature of 135 degrees will reveal its perfectly cooked center from one end to the other, an advantage of sous vide cooking. A comparison of the two duck breasts demonstrates the importance of controlling temperature to achieve a desired flavor and texture. The 135-degree duck breast will have a meatier flavor and more of a raw chew or bite, whereas the 160-degree duck breast has lost some of that meaty flavor but is more tender. As I conclude this presentation, I would like you to think about the advantages and potential disadvantages of sous vide. How could you use this technique to boldly go where no chef has gone before? The future of food is in you.